First sukuk were issued in 1st century. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the companion issued sukuk, and this was sukuk al-arzaq. Sukuk al-arzaq means food certificate. So they were giving people food on discount, on less price. Here I would like to add something, that business or trade is a lovely occupation of Muslims. Why? Because our Prophet was a trader. He was doing trade based on mudaraba. The richest woman of Arab world, Sayyidina Khadija, she was fund provider, and Prophet Muhammad was as a fund manager before his marriage. Then companion, the third Khalifa, Usman, he was the richest person, and Prophet said that Usman paid the price of paradise. And Islam spread to the world due to traders, not by force. Then the first market rules was introduced in the time of second Khalifa, Hazrat Umar, and when he was second,
who was the first Khalifa again?
Abu Bakr.
What is the connection?
When the Prophet, peace be upon him, died, so there was the first consensus of Muslims, and they appoint one Amir, one chief, and this chief like king. And in Arabic the word is using Amir. Amir means the chief. And then when he died after 2.5 years, then the Muslim again come together and they appointed like democracy. In Islam is democracy. But democracy of the people having mind, thoughts, and matured people, not only 18 age. Then they appoint the second Khalifa Umar, and Umar announced the pricing and the market control. Even nobody was allowed to sell anything on less than market price. He was be banned from the market. Go out, you will not enter the market because you are disturbing. Huh?
It's called the anti-dumping laws.
Yes. Even Prophet by himself, when he announced that I am a prophet and please come on and follow me, then the people said, "Ma li hadha ar-rasul yamshi fil aswaq wa yut'imu wa yakulu at-ta'am." How he become a prophet? Because he is going to market, he is doing shopping, he is living with us, he is eating, he is drinking, he married, he is one of our community. How he is becoming a prophet? But what was the reason? When he was a prophet, then again he was going by himself to the market. And he was just checking, he was just saying, and he was coming and he was saying, "Mister, what is this?" And then he was checking, either this is mixed or one quality. And then the people were there. So Prophet was available in the market. The people were coming, "Oh Prophet, I did this, is it allowed?" He was saying, "No, do not do this, go and do on this way." So trade and business is very, very important in Sharia. After that, the question now is coming, that first Islamic bank was established in 1975. So what the Muslims were doing in 1400 years? Yes, the Muslim was performing their financial activities personally. There was no organization. There was no one institution. There was no one bank. It doesn't mean that the Muslim was not following the Sharia rules. So, first sukuk were issued in 1st century, and then time was going on. In Malaysia in 1990, based on by muajjal deferred payment. Then Bahrain issued in September 2001 based on ijara, lease. Malaysia again issued on ijara. UAE national bonds in June 2005 based on mudaraba. And after that, After that, what happened? The whole word unlimited sukuk are now available in the market. What is sukuk? Sukuk is in Arabic word, and this is the plural of sak, swad kaf, sak, meaning certificate. Now, it's specifically used for financial certificates only and an equivalent of bond. What is the difference between bond and sukuk? Bond provide regular fixed income based on interest, while sukuk provides share in earned profit. Maybe you are receiving upfront or you are waiting for the maturity date. It's not a problem. But whatever profit confirmed, earned, you will take portion from profit. Return of principal and at maturity, and return of principal and interest rate or interest amount is guaranteed and fixed, while return of principal at maturity, yes, it is guaranteed because you have ownership and the assets are there, but the profit is not guaranteed. Whatever profit will be, I don't know. Less risk than stocks and less risk than bonds, because in bonds you are making profit, earning, not earning, this is not my issue. You have to pay me this amount, whatever your situation, your condition is. While in sukuk, I will distribute whatever I earned a profit. So less risk. Provide potential for steady gain and provide potential for steady gain. These are the four basics, a basis for sukuk, to issue sukuk. Number one is partnership, and if my sukuk are based on business, if it is business model. So in partnership, there is no assets required. Like mostly our partnership sukuk are based on mudaraba, and in mudaraba there is no assets. If it is project model, then based on trading, we are doing trading. If it is based on assets model, then this is leasing and ijara sukuk. If it is based on services or use of fructs, then services or use of fruct model. These are the four bases. Out of these four bases, how many kind of sukuk we have? And currently, how much are available in the market? You forgot? Like partnership, we have mudaraba sukuk, we have musharaka sukuk, we have wakala sukuk. In leasing, we have ijara tashghiliya, we have ijara muntahiya bit tamlik, we have ijara mawsufa fi dhimma. In trading, we have murabaha, we have istisna, we have salam. In services, khadamat, and then subtypes, but these four are bases. Out of these four, partnership and leasing based sukuk are very famous, well known, in the market available. Commonly, generally, people are going for these two areas. Kind of sukuk again. There are two different type of sukuk. One is asset based sukuk. The other one is debt based sukuk. What is the difference between asset based and debt based? In asset based sukuk, the asset remain under the ownership of the investor throughout the maturity period. Like the sukuk maturity date is after 5 years. Sukuk issued for 5 years. These 5 years, the underlying sukuk will be under the ownership of investor. In debt-based sukuk, the asset do not remain under the ownership of the investor because it's only debt. Where is debt sukuk? Like mudaraba sukuk and wakala sukuk. In wakala and mudaraba sukuk there is no assets, so it considered like debts, so there is no ownership issue and ownership is not remaining. Payoff to the investor is linked to the performance of the asset And here payoff to the investor is linked to the credit risk of the originator. In both you are getting profit, but your profit comes from where? Yes, maybe asset performance or credit risk of the originator. Main issues in Sukuk. Number 1, to issue Sukuk, issuance of Sukuk. Yes, we can issue investment Sukuk, but should be compulsory based on any Sharia compliant investment contract. Maybe based on trading, based on leasing, based on partnership, based on services or usufructs. Number 2, when we issue Sukuk, then the next question is tradability of Sukuk. Can I trade this Sukuk? Can I sell this Sukuk? Yes, of course. If your Sukuk represent ownership of tangible assets, yani Sukuk Ijara. Because in Sukuk Ijara, your Sukuk are not debt-based Sukuk. This is asset-based Sukuk, and you are the owner of asset. Yes, you can sell, and you can sell on market price. It's not an issue. So you can make profit there. The third one is redemption of Sukuk, redemption prior to maturity date on market price, or as agreed on the date of redemption. And you have two options, as Mr. Mahesh asked, either you, yani the issuer, the originator, are redeeming and he is paying the price, or he is appointing one agent and that agent is taking this Sukuk certificate from you. The parties involved in Sukuk, there are three parties. One is originator seeking to transfer or dispose its asset to SPV in a securitization transaction. Number 2 is SPV, the big problem. SPV, I always say it's not SPV, it is SVP, Senior Vice President. What is SPV? SPV is a corporate body working with an asset and liability structure. Number 1. Number 2, created independently by the originator, is not a subsidiary and not part of the originator. It's totally independent. How we can confirm that this SPV is totally independent or subsidiary? Through the financial statement and balance sheet. Yes, management is not a problem. Management can work both, yani in originator company and here in SPV. They can manage this company, is not a Sharia issue. Operations are limited to the requisition and financing of specific asset only. Just this is their job, to manage this Sukuk. Legal status, that means its obligation secure even parent company goes bankrupt. Don't worry, you are on safe side. The question today morning somebody asked that why SMEs or small companies they cannot issue Sukuk. I said even personally me can issue Sukuk. I have a house and I need to construct this house or to convert it to a building or to make second, third floor, then I will rent out. Then I say to my people in my street, oh people come and I issue Sukuk and give me money. Yes, if the people can trust me, they will give me money. But in market, nobody will give you money. People need security. People need regulatory authority. People need license. People need legal status. People need legal safety. For this purpose, we are creating SPV. Otherwise, SPV is not a Sharia requirement. SPV is not something to be in all conditions to be there. No. If you need, like in Ijara Sukuk, why we are creating SPV? Because client need two things. Investor need guarantee of his capital and fixed return. So in Ijara Sukuk, I create SPV because SPV can give guarantee of capital and plus fixed return, because ijara and lease, when we are signing ijara contract, I know how much I am making profit from the day one. The third one is investor who buys sukuk and a certificate of investment. Again, responsibility come on three parties: management, originator or issuer, Fatwa and Sharia Supervisory Board, and investors. Why we need Fatwa and Sharia Supervisory Board? Question already answered. Investor, if they are coming to sukuk, they have to come with prepared mind that I am not going to bond market, I am going to sukuk market, and I have to follow the rules and regulation of Sharia.